You have entered the Plumbing Business Success Zone, teaching entrepreneurs the business of plumbing. This is Potty Talk Live, recorded live on Facebook every week. Type 5 in the comments to subscribe to the show. And now your host, Richard Behney, the $1 Million Plumber.
Hey, plumbing pros, welcome to the 231st episode of Potty Talk Live. Welcome. Hey there, I'm your host, Richard Behney, the $1 Million Plumber, coming at you live, seated behind the golden MVP microphone and taking it into the trenches, across spaces, basements, kitchens, and baths, all around this big, beautiful world of ours, talking the business of plumbing, and that's what we're doing this evening here. Hey, we got a great one here for you. In fact, I was debating, do I cut loose or don't cut loose? So, sweetheart, hang on, baby, here, because we're going to bring it. Because we're here. This issue here. You ever feel like being, the little guy's a disadvantage? Do you ever feel that way? Well, it is. It's I get what they call it. That's an epidemic. That's an epidemic out there. Okay, and I'm going to address that. Wow. Really, being the little guy. We're going to talk about the little guy advantage. It's a huge advantage, not a disadvantage. Okay. All right, and I'm going to bring it. Okay, I decided I'm going to bring it. I promised myself. Yes. I promised you guys. I promised the one guy who would listen that I would speak the truth. Okay. Whoever that one guy is, I don't care. That's what I'm just making a point. It's one guy. Okay. So I'm bringing it. Okay. Okay. No wishy-washy stuff, because that's part of the problem here. So I guess that's a little beware. All right. A little bit of a warning there. So if you're one of these these guys that gets their feelings hurt, and feels, well, that's, kind of been Oprahized, kind of.
Wait, maybe some people may not know.
Oprahized. Have you been Oprahized? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Do you believe that football players should be wearing pink? I mean, if that's, if you're one of these guys, okay, then this may, okay, this might not be for you, okay, and probably not having a plumbing business isn't for you either. I'll tell you that right now, all right. So, but I'm going to bring it because it's an issue here, all right. Okay. It's a disease, all right. So, hey, good to have you here. And I feel, I don't know if it's the drugs.
Oh no, what are you on drugs?
I'm feeling, I'm a little down. I'm kind of not feeling so well. We got some sickness running through us. My son,
our son might have
who's
mono.
Out of the home, but we've come back home. He's so sick. Has mono. I mean, he is wasted. So who did he want? He wanted mommy.
Of course.
He wanted his mama.
Moms out there, can you relate?
He wanted mama. He's this big, strapping,
All you moms out there, moms of boys, just know, even when they're 23, 200 pounds, 6'4", they still want mom.
And he's living in the apartment, and it's just lonely, and he just, I need mom, so mama.
Needed mom.
So we got, we're not an empty nester. We're probably not going to be
empty nesters for probably a couple of weeks.
But that's good, as it should be. So, and something's running through me as well here. Yes. So I took some stuff. The lovely Laura insisted I take some stuff, and so I did. Okay. And now I feel all, I'm all hopped up here. So I guess if I go too far, it's the drugs' fault. I'm going to blame it on the drugs, okay? Perfect. Hey, it's good to have you here. How you doing? Hey, if you're watching live, type live in the comments.
The drill.
All right, if you're watching the replay, type replay. Let us know you watched the replay. Hey, Dwayne, good to see you, brother. Yeah. And if you're listening to the podcast, you know what to do. Just keep on listening, all right? Okay. Because you're not going to want to miss this one.
Hi, Ryan.
Because who knows what's going to happen tonight, okay? You could just, maybe watch me get kicked off Facebook tonight. It may all happen here. The authorities may show up. The secret police are probably going to show up, drag me out of the house
here.
PC
police.
Okay, out of the central command here. It's the PC police. Yeah. All right. So yeah, if you're one of those guys that has to wear a helmet for everything, you can't ride a bike, you can't go swimming without a helmet.
This is where we're going.
Okay. All right. This may not be the show for you. Okay. I'm just telling you. All right. But it's a beautiful evening here in Gotham.
Beautiful evening.
Look at it.
In Gotham.
All right. How you doing, baby?
Baby, I'm doing great.
All right. All right. Hey, we got live Johnny. All right. This is the guy who can take it. You can take what we're talking about here tonight. Yeah. Frank. All right. Good to have you here, brothers. Watching live. Frank's watching live with us here. So, all right. Hey, for joining us here live. And even watching the replay or listening to the podcast, of course I got something for you here. So you got to grab your free gift, okay?
Well, yeah,
don't miss out on grabbing your free grift. All right, that's the drugs, okay?
Let's see.
All right, there we go.
Work? I don't know. It's not working. Hold on. Let's try this again.
You want to try it again?
Try it again. Let's see.
All right.
There we go.
There we go. There's the $1 Million Plumber Playbook e-course. All right. all the right moves you got to make to have a successful, self-sustaining, and very profitable plumbing business. I put it all down there in the little 10 video e-course. All right, so it's simple for you, simple to get. All right, and simple to learn. Just watch and learn. It's free. All right. It's free. Watch and learn, and just type free in the comments, or go to themilliondollarplumber.com/free. All right. So what else do we have going on here? Who do we have here?
No idea what's going on here.
All right.
What is going
I see.
on here?
Well, I like BJ says here. People nowadays don't have thick skin. That's right. Too many snowflakes. There's a lot of snowflakes out there. All right. And hey, you got to make a decision. What, you're going to be a snowflake or not? Okay, all right.
Both the good pastors are with us tonight.
All right.
Out of Ohio.
Ohio, fellow Buckeye.
Buckeyes.
All right, grew up in my neck of the woods. All right, Johnny. Yeah, this Dwayne grew up in Middletown area.
Yeah, we met him in Vegas, of all places.
Okay, I can take it. Bring it. I know Lance could take it. Those Wyoming boys can take it. Yep. There ain't no snowflakes except for the real snowflakes that are falling out there in Wyoming.
No kidding.
But there's no snowflakes allowed in Wyoming. Nope. Okay. But they do have some. I mean, up there in Jackson Hole, we like Jackson Hole, and there's all kinds of different people there. There's some. I guess there are some snowflakes up there, but
we're in Jackson Hole.
Jackson Hole.
Nowhere.
There's some.
I don't know. Hey, Andrew, how you doing? Thought we were starting at 9. Nope. 8 p.m. Central.
8
he says
p.m.
Cleveland Plumbers, linethatpipe.com, coming soon. Wonder what that is.
All right.
Love you guys. Invite us to watch, even if you're in a. Hold on, I can't read the rest of it. Even if you're in a academy or not, it's all about the struggle and success for us hard-working plumbers.
There we go. We're going to talk about that. All right. It's good to have you here.
Good to have you, Andrew.
Works Plumbing is in the house. All right. Danny.
Rockets in the house.
Danny Penn. Hello, brother. All right.
Danny.
Well, good.
We're going to see Danny in Jamaica pretty soon.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Clients. That's going to be way fun. Danny and the beautiful Thais.
Going to be in Jamaica.
Jamaica, man.
All right.
Oh, that's going to be good.
Looking forward to that. Taking it easy, watching the palm tree sway.
Carmen's
all right.
in the house, too.
Okay. But
all
hey.
Right, what are you going to... I'm a little nervous, but... Let's go for
it,
baby.
This is what we think. We ever feel like, just being a little guy. I see that. We hear this a lot. It's the little guy thing. Going against these big companies. Okay, and just kind of the little guy syndrome. All right, all scared like a little rabbit. Down. We don't. Afraid to take on the big guy. That kind of a thing. And look, this is why. This is why I decided to bring it and just say it. Look, I'm going to go over some things of the reality of the advantage of being a little guy. Okay, there's some definite, huge realities of being a little guy if you work it. But here's the problem.
Okay.
Today we're just losing that fight. Okay, there's so much head trash going on, and part of it's not your fault, but part of it is. Okay, so I'm just going to lay it out there. One of the things. That I see that gets in the way is this lie, and these are all lies, by the way. Okay, these are all lies. The lie of that it's a zero-sum game. Okay, meaning there's only so much plumbing work out there. Okay, so I can't take that company's plumbing work. I'm not big enough, or I'm not smart enough, or I'm not whatever. There's only so much, and this fear that again, it's a zero-sum game. Hey, brother, I'm here to tell you that there's plenty of oil, there's plenty of water, there's plenty of clean air, there's plenty of land, there's plenty of opportunity, all right? There's plenty of plumbing problems, all right? And there's plenty of plumbing customers for you, okay? I mean, that's what. Do you disagree?
No,
Am I stepped out too far with that?
I don't even think I should disagree with anything you say tonight. You're scaring me a little bit. But.
All right. There's plenty out there. It's not a zero-sum game.
Okay.
So that's the lie. So what's Ryan saying?
Ryan saying, that's me. I'm the little guy.
You're the little guy, Ryan.
That's how we almost all of us are starting. We all are starting out.
This is so we're going to get to what the advantages is, but don't let this head trash mess you up.
Okay.
First one being that it's a zero-sum game, meaning that there's only so much pie. Okay, there's plenty of pie to be had. Okay. There's plenty of plumbing problems, plumbing customers out there for you.
Residential service customers, you're talking, right? Just to clarify.
Right. Next is the thing, and this is a biggie here, and this is where I decided to stand, and I'm going to stand on this because I see this. I'm old enough. I'm 56. How old am I? 56. 50.
You're hot
I've seen enough. I've done enough. I've made enough mistakes, made enough money, lost enough money, done everything, been in big politics, dug ditches, okay, been in the service, paid my dues. I've done it all, so I can say it. I've seen enough, met enough people, been in enough fights, kissed enough babies, given enough money, done enough, whatever. So I've been around. Have it. All right, so whatever. Okay. Our society is men. One reason I see this all the time. I'm talking big burly guys. I mean, even the toughest guys. I've had a client recently that we've let go. I saw this with him. Big tough guy. But here, what happens is it's in our society. Everything. You can't watch a movie, commercial, TV. You can't watch anything without where the guys are conditioned. Every guy is either a pansy, a pervert, or some kind of predator. Okay, so we're conditioned to already, because it's all that. I mean, we're pansies. Everybody's, the
man is portrayed as weak.
As weak, right? Okay, or he's portrayed as a some kind of pervert. Right? Whatever that kind of a thing is. Okay, or just an outright predator. Okay, so there's no support. You have all that in your head. It's in all the movies. You can't watch it. You can't even watch. You can't even watch even our superhero movies now. I mean, it's all women. It's all women. I love women, and I love my woman. I was gonna say, okay, and she'll kick anyone's butt. I've seen her do it. Okay, and I bet yours, I know some of yours will do it too. But it's not designed that way. Women aren't going to save the universe. I don't want to watch a woman save the universe. I don't want to watch women's sports. There, I said it.
I don't even want to watch women's sports.
Because it's a joke. Not one of you guys has ever seen a woman dunk on another woman and go, ooh, and just that really turned, it just excited you like, whoa, did you see that? Like that? No. It's the big guys. Why we like watching guy sports? Because that's battle, guys. That's battle. When you see, I don't believe that I can play like LeBron James. No. There's something in me would like to, but man, it's like, ugh. That's
unbelievable talent.
Right. It's like, whoa. You take any. That's that's powerful. Right. Okay. And so, but we're being conditioned as men. That again, we're just a bunch of either pansies, perverts or predators. Okay, that's in us. Okay, so when you're starting thinking about going to battle, and that's being purposely done, guys. It's being purposely done to keep you down. Okay, all right. And so when we're talking about getting ready to go to battle to take on the big guy in business, there's something in you that truly believes that you don't have enough, that you don't have it in you, when truly you've been created to be just to kick butt. Warrior. To be a warrior, to get it done. It is in you. Each and every one of you, it's in you, okay? You were created that way. It's true. All right? So that's a lie there. Okay? And then finally, this is me, this is me, there's no woman, no women's. And it's not that I watch, hey, I do love, and I'll just, I like I do like women's tennis. I can watch women. There's just something graceful about that, and that's normally, and that's okay. I know that's not PC to say. I like as a guy watching women that are doing more graceful things. Again, all right. Even gymnastics or skating, that kind of stuff, and it's very athletic. And could they, could Venus, kick my butt on the tennis? Yeah, you bet she could. Easily. Okay. Easily. But it's not the same as watching, sports were created back in, sports came out of the thing of instead of having armies going to war, or, the city-states and all that going to war and battle and that kind of stuff and killing, they did sports to say who was better. It kind of kept, and that's where sports comes from. And so that's why as guys, we like that, okay? It's warrior.
That's how you're wired.
Right.
That's how you're created. You're right.
Right. So personally, I'm sad. I haven't watched football for a few years. I was saddened by all the wimpiness and all that. Look, if you can't take the hit, and it's tough.
Life is tough.
It's tough. Then get off and let's not. I don't want to about who's not getting what or what. It's a bunch of Anyways, I want to go down that road. Yep. Okay, that's the Oprahization.
Oprahization of America.
Oprahization of America. Okay.
Yep. Andrew says, "Amen."
All right. So and finally, what is our fault, your fault? Okay, is we're just too daggone comfortable. Okay, I talk to my clients all the time, and this is in the academy. You got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Sadly, we are fat, fat and sloppy and lazy. We're just comfortable. I mean, we got ESPN. We can watch sports all the time.
Because it's
We
easy.
watch shows all the time, entertainment, all the time. We're just pulled into this. We can eat all the time, okay?
It's plenty to eat.
Right. And
Plenty good things to eat.
Right. And so we're just too comfortable of an environment, okay? We're just comfortable.
Okay.
And so we've kind of lost that warrior, that fighter, that time to get up and say, who the freak are you? And get your freak on, okay? We don't really have that because we can live vicariously through the sports on TV.
Sports, yep.
And sadly, now even through our kids, guys, it's sad. You don't need to be going to every one of your kids' practices, guys. That's the mommy goes to that. Okay, guys, get out there and work. All right, you got a plumbing business, grow your plumbing business. Okay, that's what you need to do for your family. Okay, that's what you need to do. I'm not saying don't ever go to a practice, and I didn't ever go to the practice, but your job is to protect the kingdom. All right, build the kingdom, protect the kingdom, so that the prince and princesses can play whatever. Okay, that's your job.
And the
all
queen
right?
can shop.
And the queen can shop. The queen, and I don't care if that's not PC. Let the queen goes and watch the kids. Who did our 6'4", 230-pound son call? Whatever. Mommy. Okay? And so do your boys. Okay? It's mom. It's just how it is, guys. All right? So, get out there and work for the business. We've just gotten too comfortable. All right? We've been sucked into that. And that is your fault. Okay, we've been sucked into that.
Don't allow it.
Don't be pushing. I see these guys that are running, pushing the strollers. And the little dog. Got the little doggy behind them in the stroller and all that kind of. Guys, that's not what you were created to do. I'm not saying you don't love your kids. Who's the first one to cry in our family about the kid stuff?
Probably you, baby.
Right. So I'm not saying you never cried. I know some big, So and I'll still step outside the parking lot with you. Okay.
Yeah, you will.
All right. But so I'm not saying that you don't love your kids or can't be emotional, but we've just we've fallen back. We've gotten comfortable. We've done the Adam syndrome. Okay. It doesn't say I've never heard truth like that. All right. It's the Adam sin from the first day, from day 8 when old Satan, the serpent, came into the garden. Adam, it was his garden. It was his command. God said, "This is yours and take care of this." It wasn't Eve's responsibility.
Nope.
It wasn't Eve's responsibility at all, but he was busy watching ESPN or playing, a game or something, okay? And so, so there's Satan talking to Eve when he should have just, smacked his head off, just like that.
Right off.
And so that's why we're here today. It's the Adam sin that's in each of us, okay? Each of us guys, okay? And part of that Adam sin is sitting on a bench watching our kids practice, okay? Practice at something, okay? Get your butt off the bleachers and be working on your plumbing business, okay? That's what you need to be focused about. And part of the other operization of America is this whole idea of balance. If you're in business, there is no such thing as balance, men. There is no such thing as balance, okay? Sometimes you got to fight, all right? Sometimes you get to eat the big leg of lamb, whatever. Sometimes you're hanging with the queen, all right? And sometimes you're watching the princess gallop on the horse that you got her, out in the courtyard, okay? But there is no balance, okay? There is no such thing as balance for real men who are getting it done for their families, okay? So all that in consideration, okay? All that being up here, okay?
All right.
Now we get to the advantage. Here are the advantages being the little guy.
Oh,
and there's a
there's more?
huge advantages to being a little
There's
guy.
more?
So are you ready? we still have any viewers here?
I don't know.
Did I scare you? All right.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess let us
All
know,
right.
guys, what you think, or even gals that are out there too. What kind of husband do you want? Do you want the one that is out fighting and for the kingdom, right? Fighting for the empire?
Yeah.
Or do you want the one who's got the little dog on a leash and
Right.
ugh,
And I got to be at every kid event and, all that kind of stuff. And look, we love it. And I was saying that kids are important. Your family and kids are important. Take care of your kids. In fact, we need more men that will be fathers. And part of being a father is taking care of the kids
Right.
so they have security and a home and the opportunities, okay? Not necessarily being at every little event. That's the mommies. Mommies do that, okay? Mommies do that.
or just let the kids be there. What,
I mean, if I could, your
Well,
kid.
I played softball for
Right.
years and years, and in elementary and then into junior high. My parents never came to a practice, not one single practice. I survived. Somehow
Right.
I survived.
I played baseball, basketball, ran track, cross country. The parents didn't come to practices.
That's just amazing.
Not even my buddies that play the football in practice. They weren't parents sitting in the bleachers doing that. Guys, that is just whack.
That is whack.
All right, and it's a reason why you're not succeeding. A reason why you're not succeeding with your plumbing business, because you're not fighting. It's a fight, guys. All right, you want your own kingdom. You want the success. All right, it's not just given to you. All right.
Yep.
All right, Lance says, I love it. Man up, and that's true. We need more men to hear that. And I'm not talking about just getting all hyped up and walking on a bed of coals, doing the fire walk, guys. I'm not talking about that kind of crap either. Or getting in touch with your feelings. You don't need to be in touch with your feelings, okay?
Right.
Just get to freaking work, okay? Just get to freaking work.
TK saying real talk on Potty Talk Live.
Right.
BS. And then Tana, Mrs. Good Passenger, a part of the Plumbing Power Couple in Ohio. She said, Dwayne just walked in at 8:21. Hardest working man I know. Wouldn't have him any other way.
Right. Getting it done.
That.
He's out there.
He's not out there. He's not.
Come home with your shield or on it.
Ladies, okay, I'm just telling you, don't be a nag to your husband. If your husband's trying to grow a plumbing business, right? If he's working on it, and even if you're both working on it together, let him work on it. Don't be the wife at home that's a clanging cymbal, right? Like the scripture talks about, and nagging at him. When are you going to be home? When are you going to be home? No, you give him words of encouragement. And you tell him, come home with your shield or on it.
Yep.
Right?
I love that. There was times when, the Oprah and me came out, and the lovely Lord just, had to look me in the eye and say, come home with your shield or on it, which meant get your butt out there.
Get your butt out there. Stop your whining.
Get run over. I don't care, but go get it done. And I hope to see you back here.
Your queen will be here waiting for you.
Right.
But go get it done.
And it's good. That's how it's meant to be, guys. That's how it's meant to be. Period.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And we're still close, you guys. And I'm not. Don't hear me say that it's you coming home to the little lady, and she's in pearls, and then you don't have any other responsibility with the kids and that kind of stuff. That's not it either at all. Okay.
Not.
At all. Okay.
No, especially if you're building your plumbing business together.
Yes.
And she has just as much responsibility as you do. More than likely, I can talk to Tana. Tana has just as much responsibility. It's a different responsibility, but just as much as her husband Dwayne does. I'm looking at Lance and Kelly, Carmen, and his beautiful wife. Oh, and I can't remember her name. Michelle, is that right? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But plumbing power couples, right?
Yep.
You're both responsible for your own areas.
Yep.
So yes, husbands, don't come home and then sit in front of the TV and expect dinner. Ooh.
Right.
You just might end up with a skillet right upside your
right.
head.
So we're not talking about that, okay? And we're not talking about
Melissa is her name. Melissa, Carmen's wife.
That our wives aren't capable.
Thank you.
Okay, they're very capable. Okay, they're very capable. That's why old Satan went, slithering on by and went up to Eve. Okay, so wives are capable. All right.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
And Dustin agrees with me. So I'm not sure which part, but he's obviously very smart. So there we go.
All right. Heck yeah, Elizabeth.
Heck yeah.
Yep,
There's
heck
another
yeah.
PPC.
Right.
Elizabeth Falks Plumbing. Craig and her are a plumbing power couple as well. She knows. I bet she tells Craig, come home with your shield or on it. If Craig's whining about something, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Elizabeth? Yeah?
Come home with your shield,
with your shield
or on it, man. Okay? That's just, it's amazing. And I can't, and I'm just not going to sit by. With this, how much will I tell you? Part of this whole, our $1 million plumber, what's our agenda? Of course, I want to teach you the business of plumbing, but also want to professionalize the industry. And I want to be with other, I got to tell you,
is a beast.
Right. Here's the attitude. Here's the attitude you need to be successful with your plumbing business as a man.
Okay.
One of my clients, and I don't know if they're on tonight, Patrick and Margaret Singa.
Works.
Yeah, Works. Whatever. Patrick, and I hope Patrick won't mind or
Patrick loves when we talk about him. Right.
But here's a guy that comes from the Philippines. Now they're educated, extremely educated, and have means. Okay, but he wanted to. Here's the guy thing. Okay, I mean here's what even with guys in our own country need to man up about. He wanted to make his own way. He wasn't going to sit on. His family's very successful. His mother's very intelligent and successful, and they have
in their own right.
In their own right in the Philippines. Okay, but he wanted to make his own way. So what does he do? He comes to America. all right, to
the land of
where the land of opportunity, where he's an immigrant, all right. His education doesn't mean anything. He doesn't know anyone, all right, and he winds up getting a job working for a drain cleaning plumbing guy, and he says he gets thinking, I could do this, and so he starts his own plumbing business. Now here's a guy who probably hasn't worked a shovel in his life. I think he probably, I'm maybe exaggerating. But here's a guy who goes out and sells his first sewer. His first job is selling a sewer. And he digs the ditch himself. That's a man.
That's a man.
And they're successful, and they're going to be extremely successful. That's what it takes, guys.
And he's got his beautiful wife, Margaret, who will tell him, come
on with your shield or on it. Right,
right.
Beautiful family, involved with the family, all that kind of stuff.
Of course, 4 beautiful children.
All right, that's what it takes. So, the little guy advantage. So stop the whining about being little. Stop the whining about being little, and take care of that head trash. Okay, we do that if you dare. I mean, I cover that in the module in the academy. Or if you really if you really want to be coached up, we can. If you have the courage. I'll take you on, but I want to see this. I want to see the type of Patrick guys. I want to see it. I'm looking for fire, like Lance. Okay, those kinds of guys that are little boys. Okay, may not understand totally the business of what it takes yet with plumbing, but hey, they're not. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it done. You just tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do. Okay. That's what it takes. If you'd like to, have a conversation, you can schedule that by going to the $1,000,000plumber.com/coach. Okay.
Or just I think you can type in coach in the comments.
I didn't want to do that. I wasn't expecting to do the coaching thing, whatever. No. Okay. Because ultimately it takes. I don't want to talk to guys I talk to a lot of guys, and sadly, and it's this. And this is why I brought this first part up, because it's this head trash. Man, I'm saddened for guys. I talk to guys my age. They've had a plumbing business. They got a couple trucks, 3 trucks, 4 trucks. I've had guys I talk to that have 10. I've one has 10 to 15 trucks. That size. But they're not making any money. But they're just zero-sum game. They've been conditioned. They just they've been operized, and they're just really too comfortable because they're making enough paycheck to paycheck. They go into Disney World. They got the mortgage. They got a boat. They go to Vegas. Okay. Dustin.
Love the Academy.
Love having you there.
Love
all right.
Dustin.
Okay. So it just saddens me. And that's why I mentioned this stuff. That's why I dared to, this came out of me, because this is a biggie right here. Because I'm going to tell you now why it's your advantage to be the little guy. You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay.
I'm totally ready.
Number 1.
Okay.
Number 1. All right.
Just getting down to the talking points. Okay.
Let's get right to it. Number 1.
Yes.
I'm going around. Better get me off the off the rail here. All right. The owner ain't around.
Owner ain't around.
Of the big companies. The owner ain't around. Okay. The owners of these big, the big Roto-Rooters and Mr. Rooters and Rooter-Tooters and whatever. Right. All these big companies, other big companies in your town. The owners aren't around. They're not running the show. They pop in, they're looking at numbers and that kind of stuff or whatever, but they ain't around.
Right.
Okay? That's but you're around. That's the advantage. You're in the trenches. You got the eye of the tiger. The other guys have lost the eye of the tiger. There's no more eye of the tiger. Okay? And if they're owned by a lot of these franchises and stuff aren't even owned really by the plumbers, they're owned by organizations.
Right.
Okay, and it's just running. There just isn't. There's no fight there. You can beat that all day long and twice on Sunday if you just freaking man up. Just show up. Okay, just show up.
Go, baby, go.
Stop sitting in I'm scared out there. I can't get out there. It's so big, and I don't have any money, and I don't have anything, and who am I? All that. Stop that trash. All right, you were created for great things. Okay. All right? Put down, don't stop buying the Harleys and worrying about going to Vegas and going to all the practices and all that kind of garbage, okay?
What was the biggest? Put down the...
Right. Put down the... Stop being the, what are the games, where the war games and all that? What a wimpy, stupid thing to be doing, guys. Come on.
Complete waste of time.
All right? If you're not playing with your son or your daughter, that kind of stuff, and you're doing this kind of stuff, I mean, you got to be embarrassed, okay? That's embarrassing. Stop it, okay? There I go. All right? So it's...
Okay.
the owners aren't around, okay? But you are around. You're around. That's what with Chick-fil-A. That's one of the good things about Chick-fil-A. Here's a great example. You know what Chick-fil-A? You know Chick-fil-A? You guys know Chick-fil-A?
Who doesn't?
Okay.
Who doesn't love Chick-fil-A sandwiches?
Well,
They're just the best.
It is good food. I mean, but I'm amazed at Chick-fil-A. Here's a company. One thing that Chick-fil-A does, they don't sell to franchise organizations. So every franchise is owned by, most of the time, most of them are owned by
PPCs.
PPCs, right? Or,
Plumbing, okay.
Well, we got
power
chicken,
couples.
Chicken power couples, CPCs.
CPCs?
Right, CPCs, chicken power couples, okay? Because that's powerful. That's the thing right there. So the owner is on because they want the owner in the restaurant. And that's why you can go to Chick-fil-A. It's the same kids. It's the same group of kids.
As McDonald's has.
McDonald's. McDonald's back in the day, how it grew huge back in the 60s and even in the 70s. They were owners. The owners were there. That's where Chick-fil-A got the model and saw that as soon as they started these franchise organizations and that kind of stuff, when the owner's away, everybody just, the quality goes. I mean, it's not there, okay? You are there in your shop. You're there.
Right.
That's a powerful thing, okay? Which leads to number two, okay, that with these big organizations, the employees don't care. They don't care. They don't care. That general manager doesn't care. He or she's working for a paycheck. They don't care. All right? The dispatchers don't care. All right? The plumbers don't care because there's not that, the king isn't there. The king isn't there making it Camelot and making it to lead, right? To energize things and pull things along, right?
To tell the guys to man up.
To man up, right? All right. And so, these bigger companies, the employees don't care. They don't. They're not going to fight. They're not fighting for the customers.
Right.
Okay. All right. They're not really doing what's best for the business. Okay. But with you, okay, you're there, and with your group, okay, they feed off that fire. If you're there, that fire is there, and you can lead your men. Okay,
and that's what they're
you can call them
for.
up.
They're just looking to be led. Right?
Ultimately, that's what right.
Yep.
Men are looking to be led. Okay, and the ones that can't take like this kind of conversation, or a kick in the butt. You can't do that. You're not allowed to do that. Get that out of here. You want those kind of guys, okay, on your team. You're not going to win. Period. You're not. Okay.
True.
On the whole, men want to be led. That's why you see it in the service. Boot camp. It's so fun to see it. I've been through it. You go to boot camp, you get all these ragtag guys together, and all of a sudden they're this unit. They break you down in this unit that they're being led. All right, they can take a wall. They can take a wall.
Right, together. Yep.
Right.
It's true.
Kelly
Ball says, "Buck up, sissy pants."
Buck up, right.
Has spoken like a true Wyomingian
woman, right? There,
love that.
Right.
Sissy pants.
Right. We need that.
We totally
and guys,
need that.
and I know in our society that is being again. My term is, it's being Oprahized. We're being Oprahized, where it's get in touch with your feelings, and everything's a bully. Everything's bully. Tolerance. That's
you can't point a finger as if it's a gun,
right.
And
right. You can't do that kind of stuff. You can't.
School.
You can't be. Everything has to have a helmet. Safety, security. You got to put a helmet on everything.
That's always been your thing, is that?
Oh man, with Mike, we actually, with all the other kids in the neighborhood, when the parents saying you got to have the helmet riding on the kids, I actually took the helmet. My kids weren't going to wear a helmet. I didn't wear a helmet. I got scars on my knees from jumping the ramp and that kind of. Kids, can bones get broken? Yeah. Can we get? But I'm not going to. My kids aren't going to be riding around with dorky helmets and the knee pads. And I love my kids. I just want them to realize we live in a real world. The problem with those kinds of things is the world hurts, okay? The world's tough, and we're trying to put helmets and pads on everything.
I know. Do you remember when our oldest son played t-ball for the first time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go play t-ball. And first of all, it's a woman coach with the boys, and so it's all hugs and kisses. And
when they got to round to come, because everybody got to get on base because nobody could strike out.
It was like that. It was like, yeah,
So
couldn't strike out. Everybody gets a chance to get on base. And this is 5. I mean, I remember playing T-ball.
He's 5, yeah.
And 5, and
you struck out.
And struck out on T-ball.
Right.
And my buddy's making fun of me,
Sure.
And that's how you learn to, well, I guess I'm not going to strike out. I better work on my game here because I don't like.
But the coach said.
Oh, but it run around, and the coach met and gave him a hug.
As they crossed home plate.
And so
Richard Behney says.
Stood up and said, there's no hugging in baseball. Nick, don't be hugging the coach. Don't be in the coach. Of course, I get the dirty looks.
Right.
But we're not hugging in baseball. There's no hugging for just coming across. There's no hugging in baseball.
There's no.
Am I wrong or am I right? Am I wrong or am I wrong?
Does anyone think there is hugging in baseball?
Boy, I'm feeling it tonight. Okay. And it's these kind of issues. All right.
Carmen says they're pampered too much these
Oh,
days.
man.
He's totally right. And Dustin is right. Dustin says, I just cry in the shower and no one knows.
There we go.
You
Right.
Keep it to yourself.
Keep it to yourself,
and
brother.
You dry your face off, right?
Right.
And you go and face the day.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
You gotta do
Guys,
as a
we don't
man.
need to sit together and talk about our feelings. Okay. About, you get together, is you feeling all right? Can you hit the day? That kind of, that kind of a thing. Okay. And I'm not talking that we don't have close friends.
Of course.
And, there's things
Support
in life that
system,
happen and the
of
support
course.
and that kind of stuff.
It's sad that we have to even over-explain ourselves because this is not how it used to be. The role of men was not like this 20 years ago.
Right. To try to figure out how to communicate better to whatever. That's a bunch of crap, And what the problem is, guys, that's getting in the way of you being successful with your plumbing business because the big businesses aren't operating that way. The organizations aren't operating that way. All this stuff, all this crap, all this comfort is purposely being put in place so that we'll give them games. Are you not entertained?
Right.
Are you not entertained?
Good line.
It's just we're being entertained to be submissive, to be kept submissive. Okay.
And dulled. Our senses dulled.
Right. Exactly. Just give them Pampers and send them on their way. Right. Okay. Boys don't care, but you're
lost everybody tonight so far.
Oh man! And finally,
we got another point. Okay.
Finally, all right. I wrote it down as the Titanic syndrome. Okay, these organizations are so big, they just aren't going to turn fast. They just aren't, and they believe they can't sink. They're cocky. They're stuck in their ways of doing things because there's so much red tape, the different layers to go through and stuff. So they're not going to change things up. Right now, as a small company, you can be moving. Okay, you can try this marketing company and it doesn't perform or you don't feel right about it. Switch.
Right.
Do something. Do it over here. Okay. Advertising in different ways of market is changing so quickly, and you got to change with it. Okay, yeah. Things are going faster. That's the opportunity of being a small organization. You can change. Okay, you can go with the flow. You can do things. Okay, these bigger organizations can't do that.
No.
Okay,
because there's too much red tape. There's too many layers, hierarchy, all those things.
Too many employees just trying to save their job. They don't want to say anything. Don't want to do anything. I mean. They just keep pay because they got to make it to practice tonight. I want to get out of here and go watch the practice. So it's
for 2.5 hours
right.
watching my 7-year-old play soccer
in the rain.
Shoot me in the face.
Right, and so it's
sorry. We've got stories about that.
Boy,
okay, and let's be perfectly upfront too. We did some of that in the beginning too because we just felt the pull of we live in a suburb and that was the pull.
Right,
of,
we've done the suburb. We've lived the big suburb, and we feel it. We're in Hamilton County, which is one of the top 10 counties in the U.S.
Fastest growing county.
Big money, big schools. I mean, I remember we took our daughter to the swim meet. Our daughter's pretty big and
possibly
strong.
try for the swim team.
Swim team, and she with no practice, she won her heats, and so all of a sudden, they had all these coaches all around her. And we're getting all this attention, and one of the team moms and the parents, and her metrosexual husband,
husbands.
wearing the khaki. Okay. They come over to us and say, "This is wonderful" and all that. And
this is your family.
This is your right. Something that looked like out of Stepford Wives or something. This is your family now. And Laura and I looked at each other, and we couldn't get out of there quick enough. We grabbed Mallory. We didn't even get. She's not even dried off, and we're going out in the cold. We're out of here. Where are you going? We're your family now. No, you're not.
You're not.
Okay.
So, you're going to be at practice every morning,
every it was
evening,
morning,
after
afternoon, every
on the
week.
Weekend, we travel together.
Right. We live together. We eat together.
No freaking way.
And we're talking 6th grade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was 6th grade.
Sixth grade.
Yep.
Are you kidding me? Like we're going to go to the Olympics or something?
Right. Hey, Andrew has a question. Would you say finding that customer, you can, I don't know, you can was your answer to getting over the hill? And do you remember the before and after? That's where I am now, boss. Thanks for what you're doing. Would you say that finding that customer, not sure what exactly that means, but are you clear on that? Maybe?
Well, if it's part of this thing is
how to get over the hill of what's it going to take to get over the hill of Andrew, I'm assuming you're probably a small guy, right? Small, maybe 1 or 2 truck.
Right. Is Andrew in the academy?
I don't know. Andrew, are you?
Andrew, are you in the academy?
I don't know.
Because it's all about, first of all, getting over the hill is realizing it's what your hill is. What we try to do is we try to, how do I attract this customer and that customer? We allow the customers to tell it, like they know how much things should cost or what the environment is and dictate how we're going to live and what we're going to do. Look, no one wakes up in the morning and wants to call a plumber. So you ain't, in their minds, no one wants to spend money with you. It doesn't matter how, no one wants to spend money on plumbing.
True.
So whether it's $50 or $5,000, their head's going to spin around, and some are going to cry, some are going to yell at you, some are going to throw you out of the house. I'm talking over $50.
There we
go.
Hey, clarification. Would you say that finding the customer you can win with, that's it, was getting over the hill?
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Good. That's good. Okay.
Oh,
thanks,
definitely. Definitely. And the customer you can win with, that sounds like you are in the academy.
He actually said no, not yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we talk about that? Well, you need to be in the academy.
Carmen, tell him.
Okay. All right.
Tell him, Carmen.
All right. Need to be in the academy. All right. Type success in the comments. All right. You have to time it.
But also to say, I mean,
but that is the issue of knowing the right customer you can win with. Not all your customers are customers that you can win with. Not every customer is your customer. Okay, and I'll just get new construction customers are not your customer. They're not your customer. They're not your customer. Commercial customers are not your customer as a little guy.
And I just want to say to some of our clients that are there, some of our Success Academy members are there. Agree or disagree. Right. I know that you've all been through this part of it because it's at the very beginning. But I know that was a big change for a lot of people going through the academy and a number of our customers to really realize not everybody is our customer, and finding the right customer does make all the difference.
Right. And then even within the right customer, which I'll just tell you right now is residential service customer. Not all residential service customers are your customer. Okay, because look, is everybody a Walmart customer?
Nope.
Does everyone shop at Walmart?
Nope.
Does everybody shop at Kroger?
Nope.
Does everybody shop at Macy's? Does everybody pick your whatever?
Nordstrom's.
Does everybody eat at Taco Bell? Does everybody no? Okay.
Andrew says too much mind BS still. Ooh, we talk about that in the academy too.
We do.
And that is a true statement, Andrew.
Andrew, you got, and look, brother, we both, I know it. I know exactly what you're thinking because we're both plumbers. We're both plumbers. No matter where we come from, and no matter what our race, no matter what our religion,
or age
or whatever. If we're plumbers, the odds are we've been conditioned in the same way. Okay, and we're at best middle class. Okay, middle class families, raising middle class families to poor, to lower middle class to poor. Okay, and so
where we come from.
So that's where we come from, and so we've been conditioned a certain way to think about money, to think about business,
think about ourselves, our lot in life.
Right,
it's not a lot.
Our position.
But it's our life.
Look, in a free,
Thanks, Carmen.
In a free democratic society, you need a group of people that do all the real working and the living and dying and everything for the society. Okay, and that's that's where we come from. So there's these forces that are teaching us in schools. We went to public school, so we're purposely being taught to go get more in debt by going to going to college and then getting a good job at at a company, and or working in a factory and just staying in line. Okay, so what you're doing is you're the part of the 1%ers. If you're starting a business, you're literally 1% of the planet that's had the courage to even start a business.
That's exactly it. It's the courage, guys.
All right.
And that's what we really do get across in the academy. Hopefully we do in the beginning of the academy, is for you guys that have started your own plumbing business to really recognize what you've done.
Right.
That you've created your own economy.
That's what you're doing.
Right.
Okay. And it's tough. Okay. And
if it was, everybody would do it.
Right. And it's the reason why 95% of all plumbing businesses fail within the first 3 years. And of the 5% that are left, 97% of those, and this is the number here, 97% of those live paycheck to paycheck for the rest of their lives. So when they get, it's so sad. I talk to guys, and it's sad. They're my age and older, and
knees are gone.
Knees are gone. They have 5 trucks, but no one's going to buy. No one's going to buy that business. It's not systemized. Nope. He's still in the truck. I mean, I talk to guys that say they're proud. Look, if you're proud of being in the truck, then stop doing your business and go work for someone else, where you at least can build a pension and you have less risk on your family. To truly be successful with a plumbing business, to build wealth both financially and with time, okay, all right, and to build security, to truly build a kingdom for your family, you need to hate being in the truck. You need to hate that more than you're scared or nervous about learning some new skills,
right,
okay?
If not, what are you going to do when you're 55?
Right.
What are you going to do when you're 60?
Right.
65, right? Unless you've done, kind of scrimped and saved and then put money away and then do the whole
and it doesn't, and it's
thing.
so sad. It doesn't have to be that way. That's part of what I'm hearing, and maybe being a little over the top. You think I'm being over the top, but it doesn't have to be that way. There's plenty of work, and on residential service, it is simple. It's so simple. You're sitting on a gold mine. But the head trash is a biggie. In fact, I talk about this in the academy, that it's in module 2. I talk about it's called your why. And I deal with some head trash and why you're doing what you're doing. Really, I like to make it module 1. But most guys, if I started with most guys, and bringing you into something and we start talking about, head trash and all that, it's like, what's that have to do about plumbing business?
Right, I'm out.
But it is so important. So I make it right off of module 1. We start with getting, we call it, the right price. And we talk about really what money is.
Right.
What is money? Okay. The things that rich kids are taught that you weren't taught. Okay. And then how to build your honest hourly rate, as we call it. Okay. Not pulling some rate out of your arse or what the other guy's asking the supply house. What are you charging for this? Or your gut. A lot of guys work from gut. They just know I can get this or that. Okay. That's not power. All right. And that's not security.
It is not.
Right.
Okay.
So
let's see. We got a question here. And thank you, Lance and TK, for the kind words. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Here we go. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. Dennis. There we go. Sorry. Dennis says, Dill saver, maybe? Not sure. What would you say a minimum sale for each job should be? I'm assuming he means each plumbing job.
Whatever the hours it took to do the job, the time you have in it, because you're not selling plumbing, okay? And then that's a concept you got to understand. You're not selling plumbing, and that's the huge mistake that guys make. So when you're thinking, why not? Where are you coming up with that minimum? It's like coming up with a minimum wage, which is so stupid. What's the minimum that doesn't? Where are you pulling that from? Okay, really, what you got to understand that you're selling time.
Right.
That's what all businesses are selling. Are selling time. Okay, even the football games that you're watching, NFL is selling time, but they're selling it in the form of seats. Okay, you're selling it in the form of hours. So the minimum is how much time did it take to drive out there and to do that task? That's the minimum. Okay, that's the minimum. Okay, we go over that. If you're serious about, guys, these concepts are simple. You just weren't taught these kinds of things. Look, plumbing. Okay, and I did great. I spent the first 4 or 5 years, and we had the mortgage, a couple nice cars, went to Disney World. We're doing stuff, but was living paycheck to paycheck, wasn't any security. And I realized that I didn't know something. Okay, that I didn't understand the business. You weren't taught business. You weren't taught business in high school. If you went to college, you weren't taught. Even if you did finance and accounting, your accountant is not about growing a business. Your accountant knows nothing about growing a business. They know how to count the money, tell you where the money is going, and where to put it for taxes.
Account to put it in.
Right, and that kind of thing. But they don't know anything about business. Okay, and so you don't know these things. But if you just know these concepts, and that's what we teach here in the academy, okay? So if you're serious about growing, you want to be secure, you want your family to be secure, all right? If you're serious about that, you need to be in the academy. And I made it it's very cost, it's.
You're giving it away.
I'm giving it away, okay? You got to pay a little something so you feel like you have skin in the game so that you'll do it.
Right, because we did, when we kind of started, we
gave this stuff away free.
And they didn't do it.
No one will do it.
Did it. So
I mean, Nextstar's charging $20,000 for this stuff, which is ridiculous. Okay, and they're not even plumbers. Okay,
and you are, baby. You're a master plumber.
All right, but no minimum. You got to realize what you're selling. And we go over that in the academy.
We do.
Okay, and understand the concept. You're selling time, and that's the key. You understand that? You're on your way.
You're on your way.
It ain't about plumbing. It ain't about plumbing. That's the book. That's what we're writing the book. That's the working title of the book.
Is it?
Yep.
Which book?
Ain't about. Got a couple.
I know you do. Hey, Dustin says it is worth every penny. Thank you, Dustin.
Thank you, Dustin. We hope that we've loaded up with value. We hope you have the value there. With it, there's 12 modules. I'll tell you right up front. I feed the modules to you. Each module contains, there's over 150 hours worth of video instruction. These are produced videos. And so each
it's a lot of Richard Behney.
Each module has a subject. Like module 1 is the right price. We get right at, the pricing's a big deal. That's a foundational issue there.
Yep.
And so, we get right out there. So there's 15, video classes that we go over those kinds of things. And you can't get to the next module for 30 days. Because here's the thing we found out, like we have modules that go on marketing. Guys want to, I want to make the phone ring, I want to market. It doesn't matter how much marketing you do if you don't have the right price. You're not having the right charging system, okay? If you don't have a system in place in the first place if you're still doing pen and paper and you're doing marketing, you're wasting marketing dollars, okay? So there's some things to put in place for. So I force you, because I have years of dealing with this, of knowing. It's just like plumbing a house. You got what? You got the first rough, second rough, and a final, and there's steps within there. Well, why don't you just go right to the final? That's the fun part. I mean, that's where everything looks good, right? So why can't you just go right to the final? Well, they can't. The stuff they're going to work that way, right? The business is the same way. So you got to lay things in the right place, in the right order. Order. Also, I got to work you up to that too. So it can be overwhelming. I don't want to just dump all this information on you, because it's for me. I'm the same way, brother. I'm the same way. Of all this information, I just get overwhelmed with it. It's like, I understand being in the truck. I'm in control of that world. So I feed it out to you, okay? I like that guys are, I got my private clients.
Here's
guys
right
are,
Power couple.
There we go. All right. Alex and Nicole.
Both there.
All right.
Hey, guys.
Good to see you guys. And so I like, they're hungry. Tell me more. I want more. I want more. I want more. So you got to have that fire to give me more.
Yep.
But it's just like my job as your coach, and that's really what I am in the academy as well, as your coach. I want to get you ready for the fight. I want to keep you alive, and get you, and get you to that championship. Okay. So I gotta train you in the right way, build you up in the right way, and also not let you get overwhelmed. Okay. Yep. Not have it tear you up. Okay.
Hey, Terry, TK saying, going on 9th module, love them all. And he is a star pupil. TK totally is.
All right, TK. All right.
Kelly Ball says, if you're still using pen and paper,
you're going to die. All right, Kelly. That is the truth. It's so true. I mean, maybe harsh words, but it's the truth. So, hey, check out the academy. We have the classes, and then we have live open coaching classes. And so, in fact, did we have one today?
We had a Success Academy open coaching class.
Yeah, we
today.
did. I mean, it's all around right. And so, so we actually have time when we go over some. I'll go over a
and
topic.
And today was a killer class, babe. You were amazing.
Well, thank you. We talked. It was a killer subject. We talked about pay, which is big.
Yeah.
The different pay styles and
Right.
and what's the best and what doesn't work out and why didn't work out and what and that kind of thing and
Right.
and all that kind of stuff. But then what's really good about these live. And we record these classes, so as an Academy member, you can see them later if you can't attend. But being there live, you get the opportunity to ask your questions, whether it's what we just talked about or wherever you're at in the Academy. You can, if you have questions on that. And so I answer them directly. So.
Yep. And Andrew's saying that he uses House Call Pro, which is a really good system. But I would say probably almost everybody's going to say, get to Sky Boss. Yep. TK saying Sky Boss. Ryan saying Sky Boss.
Yep.
Yeah. And we've checked out all of them, and you can go check out some past shows, Andrew, where Larry Enright, the owner of Sky Boss, is on, and the reason why we love Sky Boss. So if you do want information on Sky Boss, just type Sky Boss in the comments, and we'll make sure you get hooked up.
Yep, need to do Sky Boss. It's better for you. The group's better for you. They're for plumbers. Love plumbing. Part of it, it's part of who you do business with. Okay. House Call Pro can look pretty. They all got their certain look. They all got their pros and cons.
They do.
But I like what's on the back end. What's important to me is what's on the back end, and of course even just the cost too. Sky Boss is way more cost effective. They don't nickel and dime you. But Larry Enright, the founder and CEO, started in the trenches. He's a master plumber. He's grown multiple plumbing businesses, and just has a heart. They have a heart for plumbing and for plumbers, and so they're all about you. Where these other companies are software companies, they're just software companies.
TK says real plumbers use Sky Boss.
Yes, they do.
It's true.
And so I got to say it.
And Carmen, such nice words. Carmen's saying, I love Richard, man, your heart. Oh, you're all heart, brother. Not a kiss, but you're the all right. You're the poop.
Well,
no, that's not right. He said I had guys guiding me in the wrong direction with false info to see me fail, so I can work for them again. People have an agenda. I got Richard and Laura in my corner now. Yeah, you do. TK is a real brother too. I really appreciate this show. Love you guys.
Well, I appreciate that. That warms my heart, because that's our heart. Look, we're already. What's our agenda? We don't. We already have our own thing. We've been successful. We grew a plumbing business from nothing. Started in the trenches. Know what it's like to start with no money. Rusty old truck, few hand tools. Starting from the kitchen table.
Well, the rust was holding it together.
And the rust was holding it together, and that kind of a thing. And we grew it into a large service business, and through mistakes, and then finally learning things. And and we sold it and did well, and to be honest with you, we thought we were done with plumbing and plumbers. Okay, we were done. Okay, right. But we have a heart. We were being asked, how did you do this? How did you do that? And we found that we love working with. I love working with guys, and the lovely Laura and I we got to be honest, we love working with what we call plumbing power couples, because that's what we came from. We also know as a plumbing power couple, your odds of succeeding just multiply. I mean, there's just something about, well, we won't go off the deep end on that, but there's a lot to that. But and we love doing that. But I love working with the guys. For guys that are hungry, okay, that want to succeed. Because the bottom line is, and I'm proud of the guys I'm working with and my clients directly, because I appreciate their kind words and the things they say. But here's the reality: I can show you and tell you everything to do, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you what, and also tell you not what to do. That's part of it. Not what to do. What to do. Whatever. Okay, the mistakes. I don't want you making the same mistakes. Stay away from these kinds of things. Okay, and that's a large part of it. And tell you what to do. Okay, and help guide you through that. Like a Sherpa. Okay, but the bottom line is, you got to do the work. You're in the ring alone. Yep. Okay, you're fighting. Okay,
you might be in the corner, but
right. I'm in the corner, but you're in the ring. Yep. Okay, and so I'm so proud of my guys that are getting that. What are some of the things? Buying that truck, getting the truck before they have someone to put in it, or even enough work to put in it.
Yep.
That's how winning is done.
Falling forward.
That's falling forward, because what happens when you get that truck before you have someone or even enough work? The work shows up, and the guy shows up, because you're focused on that.
Yep. Carmen
Okay.
is hungry.
Yep.
He says, I'm starving, brother.
All right. It's good to be. It's good to be
And
hungry.
he's ready to eat.
Eye of the tiger. Eye of the tiger.
Love it. But,
Okay.
babe, I love that. I love how you call men up and call men out even, right? We need that these days. Us women need that. We need our men to be men.
Well,
Be a real man.
I never thought I'd be a plumber, and you probably didn't either. The odds are. And but we're part of I'm proud of the trade. I'm proud to be a master plumber, and I'm proud that that I had a plumbing business, and it's a great opportunity. If you're a plumber and you're plumbing and digging, and I like to say, you're sitting on a gold mine if you're digging in the right spot.
Right.
Okay, and so that's what the $1 Million Plumber is about helping you find the way to dig in the right spot. That's what this Potty Talk Live is about. All right, and that's what the Success Academy is about, and that's what our private coaching is about, is helping you dig in the right spot, because all you got to do is dig in that right spot, and you've hit the jackpot. Okay, it's so easy, especially here in the States.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, Dwayne is saying that he got a truck outfitted and ready, waiting for the right guy. Good
All
for
right.
you,
Dwayne, all right, brother.
That's awesome.
That's it.
Yep.
Right.
Get your butt out of the truck.
Right. That's falling forward, man. You just get that truck, and what happens, guys, when you do that, you put that you've put that signal out there, and you sit, and so now you're focused too. You're focused on finding the right guy and getting the work and doing the stuff. There's just something about that. Instead of waiting for that right moment,
which there is never,
which never comes.
Never
the right
comes.
guy will never come, and enough customers will never come. Nope. So
true. So good for you. That's falling forward. TK says a bucket of golden nuggets served up tonight.
All
You
right.
did, baby. You brought it.
Well,
Love it.
good. Okay, I think
that,
it's about
baby.
time to have a drink.
Or bedtime because
All
it's 9
right,
o'clock.
mix that with my drug.
No. Oh, good job, sweetheart. Okay, so are we wrapping up? Is that
I think it's about time to wrap things up. Hey, it was great. There you have it. All right, as a little guy, you got big guy advantages. Okay,
do.
all
Yep.
right, you got big
take
advantages.
advantage of it.
All right, so do it.
Okay.
All right, so there you have it.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and do that, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just did it, didn't I?
Okay, the Success Academy. For that, we talked about around that, guys. Really, look, you need to be, if you're serious about growing your plumbing business, you're looking for security. You want something that's self-sustaining. That means that you could leave the country for a month. We did that. And things still run. Okay. If you really want to understand your business, the Success Academy is all about that. It's all in there, teaching the business of plumbing. You got a free 14-day trial, so I'll give you a test drive. Okay, I'm hooking you. I just want to make it so easy for you to see and get a feel for it. I know how it is. I don't want to be taken advantage of or whatever. But check it out. Type success in the comments and go to themilliondollarplumber.com/success. So there you have it.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Awesome, honey.
Want to remind you were purposefully and wonderfully created, and you were created to do great things. That's what this was all about. So go out there and plumb like a champion.
Thank you for tuning into Potty Talk Live with Richard Behney, the $1 Million Plumber. If you enjoyed this show, share it now. To catch past episodes and get alerts for new episodes, type 5 in the comment section now.
Just do it.
And join us again for more tips, techniques, and strategies to help you grow your plumbing business.